Hollywood actor Tom Hanks allegedly dismembered the live body of a young disabled girl held in slavery at Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, while Jeffrey Epstein was encouraging the A-lister to cut loose and live out his fantasies. Eyewitnesses name it the darkest moment in Epstein's entire career of shame. To them, Hanks and Epstein together were evil incarnate, raw, depraved, and forever beyond redemption. Despite Hanks' long-standing denials that he was an associate of Epstein's, bombshell DOJ files have exposed the A-list actor's close personal ties to the convicted child trafficker. The Epstein files paint a disturbing picture of Hanks, connections that mainstream media have long worked to suppress. But now, as whistleblowers come forward to connect the dots, the truth is becoming impossible to ignore. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community, support the channel, and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. Epstein's flight logs have long pointed to one thing. Tom Hanks was a regular on trips to Little St. James, the infamous island. Yet, time and time again, the mainstream media and so-called fact-checkers have circled the wagons, defending Hollywood's golden boy with a barrage of aggressive, questionable denials. They've muddied the waters, smeared the evidence, and left Tom Hanks free to keep living his charmed life, mocking the death of Isaac Cappy, taking vacations with Obama, hanging out with De Niro, untouchable as ever. Then, there are the creepy relics of missing children he parades across Instagram, posted with sly winks and coded language designed for monsters who understand exactly what they're looking at.
Tom Hanks on his Instagram, he always posts pictures of one glove. Have you seen this?
No.
So he's fascinated by single gloves. So he finds a lot of gloves randomly. Because whenever he finds one, like in the snow, he'll take a picture of it and he'll go, "Who has the other glove? Like, what's the story?" It's a bit like that Inside Number 9 episode.
Shoes,
Diddle Diddle Dumpling, which is incredible, by the way. But he always posts these images, and then on this documentary, they're like, "Okay, today we're going to be looking at this image." And they go through all his gloves. And then they find this glove, and it's on the floor, and he's like, "Look at the spray paint on the pavement." And there's some spray paint, and it says SRC USA or something. And then the guy's like, "Right, now if we Google this, what comes up?" Nothing comes up. He's like, "But if we take this to the dark web, and we Google this on the dark web, or this Russian search engine or something, comes up with all this child thing."
Unfortunately for Tom Hanks and the elite circle shielding him, the latest DOJ Epstein drop just blew his cover wide open. Hollywood publicist Peggy Siegel, a longtime close friend of Jeffrey Epstein, front and center in these explosive files, gets caught on record specifically mentioning Hanks. Hollywood publicist Peggy Siegel, a longtime close friend of Jeffrey Epstein, front and center of these explosive files, was caught on record specifically mentioning Hanks. In her own words to Epstein, she casually refers to Hanks being on that infamous island, and asks Epstein to pass on a personal message to the A-lister. This is direct, documented connection. Straight from one of the files the government mysteriously failed to fully redact. The protectors can spin and deny all they want, but the evidence is out there now, and it's damning. But it gets even worse for Hanks. Much, much worse. Handwritten note straight from a witness statement in the DOJ Epstein files name-drop Tom Hanks by name. The witness testifies that Hanks was a frequent visitor to Zorro Ranch. The witness was a young girl at the time whose family lived near Epstein's compound. She describes how her own Native American family trafficked her to Jeffrey Epstein, a man they treated as a long-term friend and lucrative source of money. She details how her sister was also trafficked to Epstein, though only once. She herself was trafficked dozens of times, and her credibility is enhanced by her detailed description of the ranch. Previously a closely guarded secret, the victim accurately describes the cabins where Epstein held young girls, and the bizarre underground levels featuring laboratories, which only became public knowledge in the past week. This isn't rumour. This is in the official drop. Raw testimony from somebody who was sold into that world. And who shows up in the file as one of Epstein's clients? Jeb Bush. Another? Tom Hanks. The case file notes mention there is a longer list of names, but they are kept secret. How did these explosive names slip through the cracks? Researchers digging into the files have a theory. It's because they were handwritten. The FBI's automated redaction software, designed for typed text, simply missed them. Listen, things are getting downright dangerous out here. The threats are real, the stakes are sky high. But quit? Walk away? No chance. Not when the puzzle pieces are slamming into place faster than ever. Connections on top of connections. Proof stacking up. And the cabal that has been ruling over us for centuries? It's staring down destruction like never before. They thought they were untouchable. They thought they could rub our faces in it. With the kind of predilection Hank shared with them, is it any surprise that Epstein and his circle were joking amongst themselves that Tom Hanks should be spoken of in the same company as Gary Glitter and Rolf Harris? Two of the most notorious child predators in modern history. Gary Glitter and Rolf Harris, entertainers who spent decades hiding in plain sight. What other possible explanation could there be for mentioning Hanks in their company? But the protection racket is wearing thin, with every new whistleblower stepping into the light, spilling details of the abuse they endured at the hands of this untouchable A-lister. His time as a free man is running out, fast. Coming up next, an eyewitness describes the night that still haunts their dreams. The night Hanks dismembered a disabled girl, while Epstein encouraged him to cut loose and fulfill his wildest fantasies. Warning, this is pure evil, straight from the depths of hell. The global elite are raking in crypto billions, rigging markets to keep regular Americans like you broke. It's a deliberate wall. And as viewers of this channel already know, the globalists want you enslaved, not free. Block Trust IRA is smashing that with their Animus AI trading platform, which has been designed to outsmart the hedge fund managers so that everyday Americans have a chance at real financial independence. This is the #1 crypto platform, crowned by Bitcoin magazine from over 1,500 rivals. Thousands of ordinary Americans like you are already raking in 250% returns, backed by $200 million in military-grade security. The globalists absolutely hate this platform. It has created 80,000 new millionaires already. Block Trust IRA's mission aligns with ours. Financial freedom is the key to fighting back against the shadowy elite. So please visit tpvcrypto.com, links below, to find out more. For a limited time, they're offering my viewers up to $2,500 in bonus crypto when you open an account. Visit tpvcrypto.com and join the revolution today. Now we're hearing directly from a survivor who was trafficked as a teenager straight into Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. This isn't recycled headlines. It's a raw first-person account of a place that felt more like a black site prison than a billionaire's desert retreat. Epstein's guests weren't tourists. They were predators flying in on private jets. Senators preaching family values by day, overseeing twisted genetic experiments by night. DNA splicing, forced pregnancies, bodies vanished into desert pits or the barn incinerator. Hollywood A-listers too, treating the ranch like their personal slaughterhouse.
I was 15 when they dragged me through the gates of Zorro Ranch and slammed me into the compound. No ceremony, no lies about modeling jobs, just the cold click of those two-way doors sealing behind me. Somebody was getting paid for me being there, but it wasn't me. The security was insane, like something out of a movie. Cameras everywhere, hidden in the rocks, the trees, even the horse stables. Drums buzzing overhead at night, their red lights like demon eyes. Guards patrolled 24/7, ex-military types with earpieces and no souls. Always watching, always listening. And the underground labs? Those were the worst. Tunnels burrowing deep into the earth. Cold and echoing, filled with equipment I couldn't even name. Vials, machines humming with electricity, surgical tables stained with who knows what. You'd get disoriented down there so fast. The passages twisted like a maze. No windows, no sense of up or down. Even the main buildings above ground were designed to trap you. Two-way doors, the kind where one has to slam shut before the next opens, like in a maximum security prison. Click, clack, locked in limbo. You never really knew where you were, or how to get out. That's how they kept us compliant, broken. Epstein's pals? They were the elite, the untouchables. Hollywood stars, politicians, names you'd see on billboards or ballots, smiling like they weren't monsters. I'd see them arrive in private jets, laughing with Jeffrey like old buddies. sharing cigars and secrets. There was this one senator from the East Coast, always ranting about family values in public, but down in those labs, he'd oversee these bizarre experiments, genetic stuff, twisted science, mixing DNA, playing God, bodies disposed of like trash afterward, dumped in the desert or burned in pits out back. And the celebrities, God, they were the worst, because they thought their fame made them invincible. Take Tom Hanks, big name, A-lister, the kind who wins awards for playing heroes on screen. But at the ranch, he was a freak, always making these jokes that weren't funny at all. These awkward, deadpan quips that hung in the air like poison. He'd say something like, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" to escape the experiments, and then just stare at you, reveling in the silence, the discomfort. It was like he fed off the awkwardness, got a thrill from making everyone squirm. Epstein loved him for it. They'd cackle together at the dumbest stuff. Then there was the baby farm. That's what we called it whisperingly among ourselves. The wing where Epstein bred his legacy. Dozens of girls, women, impregnated against their will. Many of the kids were his own, but not all. Some from his guests. Experiments in cloning or whatever sick fantasy he had. I don't know what happened to most of them. Adopted out? Hidden away? But I know some are out there now, grown up, walking among us, placed in positions of influence in media, entertainment, even politics. Epstein's little puppets, strings still attached, whether they understand it or not. One night stands out, haunts me every time I close my eyes. Hank shows up, eyes wild, demanding something special. He fixates on this girl, a disabled slave. They called her that bluntly, like she was property. She had some condition, couldn't walk right, but she was beautiful in her own way. Innocent. He had his way with her first, in one of the guest cabins, while the rest of us were locked away. But that wasn't enough. Afterward, he dragged her down to the labs, tools in hand. I overheard him later, bragging to Epstein. I wanted to understand what Joseph Mengele felt, the angel of death, dissecting for science, for curiosity. He dismembered her right there, methodically, like it was art. Blood everywhere, her screams echoing through the vents. When he was done, they hauled what was left to the barn out back, incinerated her in the furnace. Ashes scattered to the wind. No trace, no remorse. Just another night at the ranch. If you're listening, don't let them win. Expose them before they breed more darkness into the world.
For the first time in history, whistleblowers have an opportunity to be heard by the masses, and independent media has a chance to reach an audience and expose the crimes of the elites. This is why the elites are so desperate to censor the people and ban free speech. One of the global elite's most powerful weapons, a weapon few people realise is a weapon, is the VPN on your laptop or your phone right now. They told you it was your shield online. They didn't tell you the fox has broken into the henhouse. Industry leader Proton VPN is funded and controlled by the World Economic Forum, and Israel has bought up the rest of the most popular VPNs, including ExpressVPN, CyberGhost, and private internet access. The truth movement, our movement, is at a critical crossroads right now. We're facing its gravest test yet as we speak. That's why we're revealing the first trustless VPN, vp.net, built so that even if it wanted to spy on you, it couldn't. Even if the feds came knocking, they'd walk away empty-handed. It's built inside a secure enclave, uses military-grade encryption, and stores zero data. Yes, really, zero zilch nada. Sign up today at vp.net/TPV, and you can finally stop asking who's monitoring me, because the answer is they were, but with vp.net, not anymore. Go to vp.net/TPV and take back control before it's too late.